Hi everybody, Alana Intuitive here, and I am doing our predictions pick. It is Wednesdays. I have a few predictions, a few questions I want to answer for myself. As always, if you have any questions for me, please let me know in the chat. As we get started, for entertainment purposes only, please, I would appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help. And that's basically about it. So let's get in. Let me tell you what decks I'm using. Of course, the Radiant Rider Waite deck. If I need any clarification on anything, I'm using the Golden Insights Oracle deck. I love this deck. It has kind of a weird energy for me, but it seems pretty accurate. And then for our 3-card pick, I am using this RUMI Oracle deck by it's Alana Fairchild. This is a new deck for me. I'm not really familiar with it, but we will see what we get. It seems very, very deep, like spiritually deep with some messages. So we'll do a 3-card pick later and see how, see what we get. So to get started, my first question here is, will Biden have the opportunity to place a new Supreme Court justice before the November election? I don't know. Let's see. So we're talking about, will President Biden be able to appoint a new Supreme Court justice before the November election? Let's see what we get here. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. First card that I got here is this 5 of Cups card. It's kind of grief. This is the card of grief and, just sadness. But the good thing about this card is, if you notice, 3 of the cups are fallen over, but 2 are still standing. So 2 are, it's good. You can still take, if he just turns around, if this man just turns around, he will see that he still has 2 cups standing. He can then take this bridge and he can walk over to this castle meaning, to me, representing his enlightenment. So while we are here in this level of maybe grief and sadness and, not feeling maybe as happy as we could be feeling, we have the opportunity here to move and turn around and make some changes. So that's the first card I get. The second card I get is this 8 of Cups card. This 8 of Cups walking away to something better. However, if you'll notice, he's walking up a hill. What he's walking away from is still always going to stand, okay? This to me representing like the Supreme Court. But Biden is walking away up, having a little bit of a difficulty to get up this hill, but still walking away to something better. And then the Star card came up. So the Star card, wishes fulfilled. I think that, yes, there is going to be an opportunity according to these cards. And the bottom of the deck card is the Change card. This is, it's the Death card, not meaning a physical death, but meaning a transformation or a change. So I would say, yes, that there is the way the energy stands right now, there's absolutely a very good chance that President Biden will have a chance to appoint a new Supreme Court justice before the November election. Why that would be, I don't know. I'm not really going to delve into that, which would probably be quite interesting if I did, but I'm not. So, yeah, we'll see. Okay, then the next question I got that I'd like to answer is, when all of this political news dies down, will the role of psychics and these online commentators shift? So when things die down, when we get through this political cycle and things die down, will the role of like the online psychics and online commentators, will it shift? Will the roles shift? Yeah, okay, here's what I'm getting. Okay. I'm going to say that, yes, the Sun card is a strong yes. The roles will shift, okay? But they're going to shift. First of all, there's always going to be something to read on, and there's always going to be some kind of political craziness. There always has been, there always will be. The key isn't for us to hope that will end, because it probably won't end, okay, ever, because that's just not the nature of things. But we can change how we view things. So while the role will change, that's a yes card with the Sun, it will change when people decide that they want to move forward in a more positive fashion and only listen to the commentators that they like, only listen to maybe the psychics that they like to hear about. So yes, there's this beautiful beginning, okay, as people change their consciousness and change what they want to listen to, this beautiful new fertile beginning. Yeah, here we have this Five of Pentacles card. Some people will not want to change at all. Some commentators won't change, and some who listens to them will not change. That's fine, okay? Because there will always be these people out here with this Five of Pentacles that will provide enlightenment, which will be more positive and saying, listen, you can change how you feel about things and how you move forward on things. You change inside, okay? You change yourself. When you change yourself, you change that frequency of your vibration, then you're going to attract, you're going to attract more fertile, life and moving forward and just a level of a new beginning of fertility for yourself. The other two cards that I got here are the Judgment card. Here are people coming out of the darkness, right? As people change and move forward and come out of the darkness and say, you know what, that level of stuff just doesn't really, that level of communication just doesn't really resonate with me now. Other people are out there already talking about things on a different level, and you most likely will be drawn to those other commentators. The last card that I got was the Six of Cups card, which is this happy family. These are two sisters. They're in their grandmother's garden. It's safety. It's, enjoying the garden, right? Enjoying the flowers, enjoying the privacy and the safety and the family union that they have. And that's really where I believe things are headed. Well, we always have people, there's room for everybody. Whatever the message is, there really is room for everybody. And in that same vein, there's room for us to decide what we want, what we don't like, and being able to go out there and say, I resonate with this. I don't resonate with that. That's not my cup of tea. I'm not going to follow that. I'm going to go a different direction. And everybody has that capability and will always have that capability to do that. So will the roles change? Yeah, in a sense, but I think it's going to be more on the sense of who's listening, on the people that are watching this stuff. They're going to change. They're going to say, you know what, this or that, it doesn't resonate with me. Or you know what, it really does resonate with me, some of this stuff. So I'm going to keep watching it. So this next question I thought was kind of interesting, and I kind of wonder about this myself. Is there crime and murder among aliens since they are so much more advanced than us? I'm going to say, well, let's see what the cards say. So is there crime and murder amongst aliens since they are so much more advanced than us? A couple more shuffles here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that there is. Again, I got this Ace of Pentacles card, really a fertile new beginning. This is a yes card. So I think that there is, according to the cards, but I also think that it's very, very limited. Okay. I think there's always people there's always kind of a bad apple in things. But on the other hand, yeah. Okay. Right. I think that there's that there just is. And it's kind of making me laugh because the card that I pulled a clarifier card and I got dice, and it says risks involved, trusting fate, weighing the risks, playing the game of chance. I think there are always going to be energies out there that roll the dice, right? And that just move in their own, in how they want to do things. And they're going to have some risk. There's always some risk involved for all of us, for whatever we're doing. And I don't think that changes. I think it changes a great deal, but I still think there's always going to be people doing their own thing, right? Until they really, really evolve to a higher level, to a different level that's just a higher frequency. So the last question that I have here before we do the 3-card pick is, will Congress pass the ACP, the Affordable Connectivity Program, in April of 2024? This is the this is to reduce phone and internet bills. So will Congress pass the ACP, the Affordable Connecting Program, in April of 2024? So let's see what we get here. I'm going to do a couple of shuffles and see if we get that. That makes sense. No. I'm just going to no, but yes, later. Okay. The first card I get is the 7 of Wands card. This is whoever is sponsoring this bill, they've got a fight on their hands. They're doing the right thing. They're sticking up for themselves, or they have a good plan in place. They know what they're talking about. But here they are really, really, having to do a lot of like fighting with it. The obstacle is this King of Pentacles card. These are people that are like, no, we're against it. We're not going to do it, blah, 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 whatever. So they're going to have a strong contingency of negativity like against it. The outcome that I get is this Five of Wands, which is still more arguing, more water cooler kind of talk, and just it's not getting anywhere. The outcome though that I do get, the last card that I got was this Knight of Wands, which yes, it finally passes, and it's almost going to be, I just got this, the wording in my head of it's going to get like rammed through on a different like bigger bill or something like that. Somehow it's going to get passed. Will it be in April? I'm not going to say that. I just saw the word in my head, June. I don't know what's going on in June, but maybe, or by June, maybe April, May, June. It's maybe not going to get passed as soon as people would like it to, but I do think it's going to eventually get passed, but it's going to be one heck of a fight. So, but it'll get there, but I don't think it will be in April. So that being the case, those are my questions. Anybody has any questions they want me to read on, please put them in the chat and I'll be happy to read on them. For the 3-card pick, again, I'm using these Alana Fairchild, this RUMI Oracle card deck. And it is a new deck. I'm not that familiar with it. I will tell you, it seems very, very, I'm taking an initial look at it and things like that. And it just seems very, very, like deep emotionally, and really, I mean, if anything with RUMI, of course, those are, RUMI to me has those sayings that are just so deeply insightful on the human condition and on, and just moving forward. So anyway, I'm going to pick 3 cards here. We'll see what we get. I will obviously have to read a bit of the book because I know I won't be able to answer them. I know I'm not going to be able to give a full, answer. So without the book, because these, like I say, these cards are just so new to me. Oh, these 2 cards are sticking together. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Now, here we go. Finally got them all set up. All right. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If you picked card 1, you picked the number 3, the Dissolving Light. Look at how beautiful that card is. Let me see what this says for 3, the Dissolving Light. I'm not going to read everything because they all have a very long explanation to them, but I will definitely read a bit. First of all, the Dissolving Light. I died as mineral and became a plant. I died as plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? That's what Rumi says. I'm going to read a little bit about the card. It says, there is a light so intense, so powerful, that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It is the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. It is the light that never goes out. It is the light that is so powerful, it is beyond duality of light and dark, cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, and quite simply beyond all logic, just is. Certainly no lie or deception, no boundary or defense can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity in this light sears through any pretense, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine and even know it as love, you also know that it is fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond all measure. It wants you completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, when there is something not worthy of you that must be released. This is a falsehood, a lie, or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what that deception is, or it may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. Wow, beautiful card if you picked number 1. Okay, if you picked number 2, you got the number 22. Interesting. The lion and the deer. Wow, okay, the lion and the deer. Let's see, 22. Let's see what we have here. This is the Rumi quote. It's kind of long, so here we go. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. Rumi. So let's see, get some explanation on that. I love that there's the quotes and then they have written about it. Hello, my old friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends. Ancient soulmates we are, acquainted over many lifetimes past and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we meet again in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience with the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we have once known and to open up to the great mystery of life again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness and now dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins. Let us embark on this studious adventure together. Let us honor the tiger and the lamb within each other, the lion and the deer. I can witness in you both the raging warrior who fights with unbreakable honor and the healer who brings together those things torn apart. Of course, for are we not all things? Are we not human and angel, animal and spirit? Are we not heaven and earth? Are we not divine? And in being divine, being all things are divine. This is a beautiful, strong message of, you know what? Recognize your divinity, who you are, understand it, get to know it, become comfortable with it, and move forward. Oh my goodness, in that level of energy. I'm actually getting the chills as I'm reading this and holding this card. So that's card 2. If you picked card 3, it's number 28. And it says, enter the garden of delights. So let me see what 28 says. This is a huge quote that Rumi has, so here we go. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive as a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavor to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. Rumi. You have been granted entry into sacred space, a mihrab, a sanctuary for worship. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You are being invited by your spiritual brother, Rumi, to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times this feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable compared to that which is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. To wrestle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia? That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. So Rumi is your midwife, there to ensure full spiritual birth. He is standing at the threshold with you now. You are being asked to cross this threshold from the life you have been living into the aliveness that is flickering and glowing at your feet. It is love's wild, hot embers at your sacred feet. They will erupt at any moment into a holy inferno, taking hold of you and igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. wow, if you got this card, it really may be time to make that step forward into expanding your spirituality in that. So, oh my goodness, really deep messages on those RUMI cards. Really enjoyed those. I hope you did too. Yeah, so that's it. You know, here, this is the Wednesday predictions with the three card pick. Don't forget, on Mondays I do the 3-card pick shorts. On Tuesdays it's Super Duper Girl, channeling her. On Wednesdays, predictions. Thursdays are energy reads, and Friday is the weekend reading. So again, please, for entertainment purposes only, please stop by my channel, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget that I also do readings. If you know, my website is faunaintuitive.com. Certainly schedule a reading and we'll go from there. All right, my friends, it is always lovely to see you. Namaste. Bye-bye.